What's up guys, it's Will here from W.T.F Car Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing this all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander ES.
Alright guys, before we start, I just want to give a huge thank you to the staff and management here at Jenkins Mitsubishi here in Lakeland, Florida. These guys have a really kind staff and they always help me out tremendously, and their inventory is also really impressive. So if you're in the Florida area looking for a new car, I would definitely check these guys out.
So for those of you guys who don't know, we already reviewed the Outlander SEL on this channel. It's actually been my best video so far. So I figured might as well get a couple more Outlander reviews for you guys before the PHEV model comes out. But here we have the ES trim. This is going to be the complete base model. And also, if you guys don't know, this is the 4th generation Outlander. Mitsubishi released the Outlander in 2001, and since then it has been given quite a few updates and features. But here for 2022, this is a complete redesign, all new platform. We're going to be on the Alliance platform shared with the Nissan Rogue. But this 2022 Outlander does have quite a few differences, so let's jump right in. Coming up front, you're going to notice up here you have a nice light pattern up here, but these aren't your headlights. Your headlights are going to be down here. They're going to be LED headlights, but these are going to be your daytime running strips. They're going to be a good overall design, and it does switch it up compared to a lot of other manufacturers, although there are other manufacturers that are starting to put their headlights down there. But coming up front, you notice your Mitsubishi badge right here. It's not on the grille. This is not your grille. This is still part of your hood. We're going to check that out once we pop it. But beneath that's going to be your grille, so you are going to have a pretty decent amount of airflow. And up here, you're going to have your advanced safety features. And no front-facing camera, but that is, of course, coming on your higher trims. So you can see that. That's where it would be. But beneath that, you're going to notice no front parking sensors, but you are going to have parking sensors in the rear. And down here, you are going to have additional airflow for your radiator, and you are going to have some active shutters too, so it is pretty nice overall. But let's continue along, and if you haven't noticed, we are going to have this beautiful red metallic paint. I don't know if you guys can pick it up, but it really pops. It makes this Outlander look really premium. But speaking of premium, you can check out these wheels. These are going to be coming on your comfort package, and they are similar to the Outlander SEL that we reviewed, but I do find these to be a little bit different. I'm not sure if I'm seeing things differently, but I do feel like these wheels have more black on them. So these are going to be 20-inch rims. They're going to be wrapped in 255 45 R20s, just like the Outlander SEL we reviewed, in Nexen Rhodian GTX tires. So really good tire setup. 255s for a vehicle in the $25,000 base price range. That's really impressive for just a $1,000 option. But coming in, you're going to notice your pretty large brake caliper too. But coming down over here, you can continue. You are going to have a little bit of plastic to protect the car from rock chips, and over here you do get blind spot monitoring. That's impressive for a base trim too. But you don't get proximity key. You do get push start, however, but you just don't get smart access for the driver and the front passenger. That is unfortunate. It would be nice if they offered you that, but again, this is the base ES trim. But over here you can check out your window sticker, and we are going to have tints too. It's nice that they offered you tints, but it's going to make this window sticker a little bit tougher for you guys to read. But as you guys see, you are going to have your 2.5 liter dual overhead cam 4-cylinder direct injection engine. It's going to be made with your 8-speed CVT transmission. This engine is going to make about 181 horsepower, enough to get this thing to 60 in about 8 seconds. So it's not the fastest SUV, but that's not what this vehicle's for. It's about being a bang for your buck overall value vehicle, and 8 seconds to 60 is just about sufficient for anybody that does daily driving. So pretty good overall. So coming down here, you can notice you got full LED headlights, even for your ES trim, capless fuel filter. You're going to come standard with a 235/60 R18 tires, but of course, since we have the convenience package over here, we're going to be getting these 20-inch rims too. And with this convenience package, you're also going to get your Mitsubishi Connect, Safeguard, and remote services. But you can take a pause, take a look at all the standard features. Yes, we are going to have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on an 8-inch touchscreen, so that's nice to give you that too. But over here, you can take a pause at all the advanced safety features. And here comes the optional equipment. So we are going to have a few options outside of the convenience package, which is $1,000, which is a great value considering you get these wheels and tires. But you're going to also be paying about $600 for this beautiful red paint. And I chose this vehicle solely because of this paint color. It looks fantastic, especially matched these black accented rims. But to finish off the options, you got your wheel locks, you got tonneau cover, which we could check out in the trunk. We don't really need to go to too much detail about the trunk. We did that in the SEL review. We're going to try to keep this video under the 30-minute mark. I know that the Outlander review that we did the first time was a little bit long, but over here you're going to see your welcome package too. That gives you the floor mats, you got the touch-up paint pen, and your center console tray mat. Finally, you got your popular value package that gives you the all-weather floor mats, roadside assistance, cargo liner, and the rear bumper step protector. All in all, after destination, you're going to be looking at a price around $29,500. Pretty good overall value considering that the SEL trim that we reviewed was upwards of $35,000. So you are going to be saving over $5,000 compared to that vehicle. But there you have it, guys. You're also going to get 27 combined MPGs, 24 city, 31 highway. Pretty good value overall. You're still keeping this vehicle under the $30,000 price range. You're going to have a ton of options, and it's a very nice styled vehicle in my opinion. And I'm not usually a huge fan of chrome trim, but I do like how it works on this 2022 Outlander, how it wraps all the way for the front. And it does contrast these tinted windows, these black panels over here, and the black design over here that's mated with your tinted rear hatch. I do like the overall design. Beneath that, you're gonna have your LED taillights with your reverse light, Outlander badge back here. Like we mentioned, we are gonna have reverse parking sensor, so it's nice they gave you that too. Down here, you're not gonna get any really visible exhaust tips. I'm gonna try to get it for you right here, but we'll check it out how it sounds in a second. You can check out the overall rear end styling, but like I said, let's start this Outlander up and hear how she sounds. All right, guys, so that was, of course, the sound of the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine sold by Mitsubishi for the Outlander. But let's check it out. As we mentioned, this part is still part of your hood, so it is going to make it a little bit interesting to open up. And we're not going to get any struts, unfortunately. You're going to have to deal with a prop rod, but it's located up here. I do like it when manufacturers put prop rods up top. Whenever we figure out where it goes, oh, right here. Okay, so there you guys have it. This engine makes about 181 horsepower. It gets this thing to 16 in about 8 seconds. Pretty good overall. It is hanging pretty low, so it's going to keep your center of gravity low, helping your handling all around. And it is pushed to the left. And the reason I say that is because the battery's on the right side, and this is going to offset the weight to keep the balance as close to 50-50 as possible. But that's about it, guys. Pretty nice overall. We can shut this hood. Take a step back, and you can really check out all those lights. I really like those daytime running lights, if you guys can pick them up. But let's check out the interior on this 2022 Outlander ES. But as soon as you open the door, you're going to notice that you got a cloth panel up here. You're not going to have the leather touch, quilted leather that we had on the SEL trim. That's unfortunate, but it is still soft. Nice for resting your arm on it. And down here for the armrest, very soft padded leather. So it is nice they still kept that from the SEL trim. But up here, hard plastic, to be expected. You are going to be saving money wherever you can, and you have a very high quality aluminum door handle down here. Over here, also hard plastic, also to be expected. This area over here, where you're going to be touching 99% of the time, is going to be a softer material. But over here, pretty good rubberized storage compartment, power windows, of course, and you're also going to have a Power One Touch dual paned window for the driver, and it's also Power One Touch on the way up too. You guys can check out the 2 panes. But wow, very impressive that they gave that to you, even with the ES trim at around the $25,000 base price. Really impressive, guys. You got your 4-way adjustable mirrors, and I don't know if you can pick it up, but you got a little bit of faux carbon fiber trim here too. Down here, a lot of storage. You could fit probably a big gulp in here, very large cup holder, and pretty decent storage over here. Definitely could fit some snacks. Coming in here, no Outlander nameplate, unfortunately, and we're not going to have power seats. That's also unfortunate. It would be nice if they gave you that, but the seats themselves, unbelievably comfortable. As soon as I sat in these seats, they are unbelievably soft. You have very, very nice bolstering extensions too. You got your height adjustments, you got your recline, and you even have lumbar support, so it is nice that they gave you that for a manual seat with your slide control right there. But that's about it, guys. Let's take a step inside this Outlander, and let's turn down this air setting so you guys can hear a little bit. But okay, so first thing you notice, of course, like we mentioned in the SEL, you're going to get this really nice steering wheel. It's not going to be as high quality as it was in the SEL, but still very nice. It's going to be like a softer plastic material, still with great bolstering extensions. Excellent 9 and 3 slot. I love how they gave you these little slots so you can rest your arm on the armrest and still have a comfortable handle on the steering wheel. Same thing over here. You got your arm on this very soft leather wrapped padded armrest. You can still have your hand right here on the steering wheel. And if you're one of the people that like to dangerously drive with your arm on your lap, you can do that here too. So great steering wheel. You're also gonna have paddle shifters for your 8-speed line-driven transmission. And over here, you're gonna have, of course, have your Mitsubishi horn. And this is also a very nice soft plastic material. You press the horn, very aggressive sounding horn, actually. Pretty surprising. I was not expecting it to sound that good. But regardless, guys, here you have your audio controls. You got your volume, skip, and overall display information. So we do get a digital speedometer. That's nice. You can also see what song's playing and what station you're on. you could also do it here too. So it's basically the same thing here too. You can see what song you are listening to. You can see your average speed and the current speed too. But you can see your tire pressure monitoring. You can see just your audio information. You can see your advanced safety features. And again, it's very impressive that it gave you this many advanced safety features on the ES trim. We also get overall settings. So as far as overall settings, you can see your driver assistance. You can make all the adjustments you would want. I'm not going to adjust anything. Whoever buys this car can adjust it however they would please. I'm going to leave it in the digital speedometer setting because that's personally my favorite. But over here, you can check out that you have your 6,000 RPM red line on your tachometer. You got your 140 mile an hour speedometer, but pretty straightforward gauges overall. Down here in the steering wheel, you have your cruise control settings and your voice commands. Back here, over here, you got your overall brightness for your display. Over here, here's what's impressive actually. So we're gonna have your 8-inch touchscreen. It's gonna have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Very intuitive to the touch too. You can press the settings over here. You can make all the customizations. We're of course not gonna be customizing anything. Whoever buys the car can do it themselves. But you got your audio settings. You can adjust the bass. You can see what you're connected to as far as audio, but your main menu over here. The dials themselves, not the most resistance, but they're pretty high quality to the touch. They feel like almost aluminum feeling material. It's definitely not something to complain about, but it's definitely not the most high quality dial, but you wouldn't expect that for a vehicle in this price point. But up here, you're gonna have a very nice dashboard up here. It's gonna be really soft plastic. Nice they gave you that. All the way back to the frame, the entire dashboard actually is gonna be soft, and you have 2 speakers alongside over there. But other than that, guys, you're gonna have this leather wrap trim over here around your infotainment screen, and it's extremely soft material, very high quality. Down here, more soft plastic, really impressive interior quality, guys. Down here, auto climate, of course, you're gonna have the vent settings, and you got the settings controlling where the air goes. Down here, it may look like a wireless charging pad. It is an option in this car, but this vehicle is just not equipped with it. You can still fit your phone around here, and it is gonna be rubberized, so you don't have to worry about anything sliding around. Right here, you got your 12-volt outlet. You can plug in a radar detector in there. Next to it, you got your USB and USB-C. Nice they gave you both for base ES trim. Still, guys, very impressive with the features you're getting. Outside of the manual seats, I feel like they really knocked this car out of the park. And I know most of you guys don't really care about manual seats either. I'm just saying it would be really impressive if they offer that as well. Down here, you got your CVT transmission control. So you push forward one time, you're in reverse. And speaking of reverse, you can check out your backup camera. Not the greatest resolution. I'm not sure if you can pick it up, but it is pretty good overall. You could turn the wheel. You do get trajectory and guidance markers, but we'll throw it into neutral. To put it in neutral, you simply pull back. Actually, no, you have to still press the button and pull back one time. We're in neutral, press the button, pull back all the way, and now we're in drive. But we're gonna put it back into park, guys. Down here, you got your drive mode selector. So we're gonna have normal mode, eco mode. And so for eco mode, you can see that this does change. This is the display for normal mode. You got your tarmac mode, you got gravel and snow. So we're gonna leave it in normal for the entire drive. If we had sport, we would probably test that out too, but you also get hill descent control right here. Right here, you got your electronic parking brake with auto hold. That's nice for red lights. Down here, you got your cup holders. They are also rubberized. But other than that, we already mentioned the center console, extremely soft. One of the softest center consoles I've ever felt. Extremely impressive. Definitely a thumbs up for Mitsubishi for giving you this, even in the ES trim. And speaking of the console, let's check it out. Not the largest, but you could probably fit a 6-pack in here. Maybe bottles, maybe not, but it's definitely going to be sufficient for cans, and you'll have a couple inches of remaining space. But definitely an impressive glove box. Nothing to complain about overall, especially considering how high quality this armrest is. But up here, you're not going to have a automatic dimming mirror. You're going to have to pull the little thing to get it to dim. You do get a sunglass holder. You don't really see that too often anymore. No moonroof, unfortunately, but that is an option. It's an option for the first time on the Outlanders. You got your lighting controls and whatnot. But over here, let's check out the glove box. It is damped. It's not gonna be lined with felt, but it's gonna be really large. You can fit at least 12 license plates in here. But we'll shut that up, guys. That's about it for the front seat. Let's check out the back and see how much space is offered back there. All right, guys, stepping in the back seat on the 2022 Outlander ES. So you're gonna have some soft touch materials up here, to be expected, just like they did in the front. Down here, really soft armrest. Very impressive that they carry that over from the front. Nice rubberized storage over here with your power window over here as well. No Power One touch like you got in the SEL trim, but it's nice they gave it to you still for the driver. That carbon fiber faux trim does continue over here as well. You got your speaker with some more storage. This is not designed for a cup, so I probably wouldn't put any bottles or cups in here, but this is a really nice overall storage overall. We didn't put the seats back up, unfortunately, but we're gonna go with it. So we're gonna move this stuff out of the way, show you guys the process of putting the seats up. So you have to pull this latch up and pick that up right there. So let's take a step inside this Outlander and see how much overall space we got. So sitting behind my seat settings, I'm 6 feet tall. I do have the seat pulled back pretty far, but here you have it. So I have about another 2-3 inches of space at least. Pretty impressive overall. We are gonna have a third row. If you want to see me get into the third row, I suggest you watch my SEL trim. Nothing much changes as far as space. I would go into the third row, but we have a ton of stuff back here in the trunk, and it's just not going to be a practical way to do it. But anyway, you can check out my space back here. These seats also do recline, so I can pull it back a little bit further, and I have much more usable space. But overall, guys, I'm 6 feet tall. I'm sitting behind my seat settings with several inches of legroom. The seats back here are very comfortable. I have plenty of headspace as well. To be expected. Very spacious SUV, and it's nice they still gave you the soft, high-quality materials in places that it matters most. You are going to get mat pockets behind both driver and the front passenger, and I love that you get vents. Now, this is not common in vehicles in this price range anymore, so they give you vents, and you do have vent controls too, so you can open and close them. Beneath that, you are going to get some storage over here. No USB ports, unfortunately. It would be nice if they gave you that. I don't know if you guys can pick it up in my camera work, but again, it would be nice if they gave you some USBs back here, but not a big deal. That's of course coming on the higher trims. Over here, we could check out this little armrest. Over here, you simply, oh, I need 2 hands for this. So you pull this, pull forward, and here you have it. So here's your armrest. Not the softest, you're not gonna have that much area of padding. This is mainly just used as cup holders, but it's still nice they give your passengers an area to put their arms if they would like. But that's about it for the back seat, guys, and that's about it for the interior overall. We're not going to check out the trunk since there is a bunch of stuff back there. If you want to see more information about the Outlander's trunk, just check out the SEL video that we already posted. But that's about it for the interior, guys. Let's take this car out for a drive. All right, guys, now we're just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and the outside of the 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander ES. Let's take it out for a drive and really see how she performs. And again, we already drove the SEL, so it's probably gonna be a pretty similar overall experience. But if you guys are in the market for the ES, you're already watching this video, so let's show you guys how it is. And if there are any differences, I'll definitely be sure to let you guys know. But coming onto the road, barely on the gas, taking it to about 2,500 RPM, it has very decent pickup. We get to speed with basically 0 issues, and we're not gonna be aggressive on these turns since we got this guy going quite below the speed limit, but just normal driving around the turns. It feels very nice. You don't have the most feel through the steering wheel, but most people that buy this vehicle aren't going to be too worried about that. But all right, let's take a step out over here, lean into it about a third of the way, and we are going to have a little bit of acceleration. We're not going to have the most, but it does pick up towards around 3,500 RPM. That's a pretty known characteristic on dual overhead cam engines. But okay, we got a little bit of speed, throwing it in. It stays really flat, like surprisingly flat. I remember that with the SEL that we reviewed. The handling on this Outlander is very impressive. It's a very capable SUV, but just coming around these turns right now at normal speed, it does feel really nice. You don't hear anything on the road thanks to these really thick dual pane windows. Very impressive overall, really impressive SUV, especially if you can pick one up under $30,000. All right, stepping on this road, go about half throttle. Okay, yeah, it really picks up after around 3,500, and you do get a little bit, I think I felt a little bit of torque steer there. Pretty interesting, but okay, we got a little bit more twisties coming up right here. Really nice. Like again, no steering feel, almost none at all. very vague steering, but it's really direct. You don't have much play. See, as soon as you start turning the wheel, the vehicle's also ready to go, and very limited body roll. Very impressive for this SUV. But on the brakes feel really nice. As we mentioned, they are pretty well sized, and just barely on the throttle at all, just maintaining speed. We're actually going to slow down because we're getting into a little bit of a residential area, but just driving around normally, you hear nothing. This car is one of the most isolated vehicles on the road, and considering that this vehicle costs $25,000 for its base price, it's borderline absurd. I really like this vehicle. The steering wheel fits in your hands absolutely perfectly. I may have like slightly larger hands than most people, but I don't think anybody's going to be complaining about the steering wheel's thickness. One of the thicker steering wheels I've felt. It's comparable to a BMW M steering wheel, and I'm not joking. Very nice. It's not leather wrapped. That does come on the SEL trim, but on the base ES trim, even with this soft plastic material, it still feels fantastic. And right here, just throwing it into the turn, it feels really, really nice. That's probably helped with these 255 tires. It would be nice to drive one of these without the 255 tires, because I know a lot of people that buy this car don't always get these upgraded wheel and tire package. But given that this vehicle does have this $1,000 convenience package, it feels fantastic. The ride quality is great. The ride quality would probably be even better with the 18-inch wheels with the 60 profile tires. But for what we get here, still extremely impressive. But okay, let's take a step over here. And we got a really sharp turn coming up, so let's gain some speed. Not too much speed, of course, but let's test out a sharp turn right here. A little bit of brakes, throwing it in sharply. Look how flat this thing stays. We're in like a pretty large SUV. You can hear the stuff flying, and there is still no body roll. So if you want a good handling SUV, low price, high tech, this is really one of the best ways to go, guys. Mitsubishi has really, really knocked it out of the park, and I really hope that the brand reputation as a whole goes back to the way it was in the early 2000s, late 90s, because Mitsubishi really was a really desirable car company. I remember my parents used to want to get the old Mitsubishi Montero. That was a pretty cool car back in the day. I remember my roommate back at college, he had the Mitsubishi 3000 GT, and that was a really cool car too. I had a friend also from my hometown. He had the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. He had that thing built. It had like over 500 wheel horsepower. Absolutely ludicrous. It wouldn't stay on the road too long though, and that's kind of been the problem with Mitsubishi ever since mid 2000s. But hopefully this reputation is going to change, because this car really, really is impressive. But okay, off the line, about half throttle, so pretty sluggish until 3,500 RPM. But as soon as you get into that, like I guess VTEC, I don't want to say VTEC, but the variable valve timing, once the valves open up, it's a really impressive surge of power. It's not going to put you in the seat, but it will get you up and going at the level you would need for daily acceleration. You're not going to need to floor the car really ever, because you are going to have suitable acceleration or suitable torque in the mid-range. All right, well, we got a nice little cul-de-sac coming up. We'll come in a little hot, check out the turning radius, and see if we can really check out if there's any body roll on this thing. And still, yeah, you can feel a little bit now because of how sharp we're hitting this, but yeah, it's still super impressive. You don't have to worry about rolling this car or anything like that at all. And you know we got to do it right now. We're gonna have a little bit of open road coming up right here, so we'll slow down uphill and see how this vehicle can accelerate off the line. But okay, right here we'll stop and go. So little sluggish, but here you go. Once you get about 3,500, and with this CVT you're gonna be staying up here, so the overall acceleration is pretty impressive. We don't have to push it much farther than that, of course. We'll get on the brakes over here, and yeah, guys, pretty impressive acceleration. It gets up and goes just as fast as you would need it to be. Expect 0 to 60 to be around 8 seconds. No, it's not going to be lightning fast. But that's not what this vehicle is about. Consider this price tag around 26,000 bucks. You're gonna have a basically silent interior. You don't hear anything on the road. When you're just cruising, the engine is silent. The road noise silent thanks to these windows, and very good tires too. Very, very good setup all around, guys. It's really impressive to see a vehicle in the segment with I've been saying it this whole time, but with 255 wide 20-inch rims, you just do not see it in the segment of SUVs in the $26,000 price range. I understand it's an option, but it's a $1,000 option, and you do have more features included with it. So it's still very impressive to see in a vehicle in this segment. But all in all, guys, I'm very impressed with this SUV. I was absolutely blown away when it came to the SEL, and the same stays true with this SE trim. So at around $25,700, you are saving over 6,000 bucks compared to the SEL trim out the box. You're still gonna have Apple CarPlay. You're still gonna have Android Auto. Look, we're going a little faster than we should. That's how quiet this car is. I don't even realize how quickly I'm driving, but regardless, so you can have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You're still gonna have the same 4-cylinder engine with the same CVT transmission, same excellent styling, similar overall wheels. I think they're different. I may need to watch both videos back to back to see if they're any different, but they're still very, very nice wheel and tire setups. Very impressive vehicle overall. And considering, again, the price tag, you're really getting quite a bit for the money. But again, thank you so much to Jenkins Mitsubishi for making this review possible. They have always helped me out when it came to car reviews. Beyond grateful for them, you guys know that. but just check out this thing's handling. It's really nice, and the roads around here are fantastic. That's why I like coming here so much, guys. This road is a lot of fun to drive on. But again, all in all, guys, super impressed with the car. I hope you enjoyed this review half as much as I enjoyed making it, because this car is really, really impressive. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. Please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. Leave a like. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how the videos get promoted to new people now. So let me know in the comments section what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Let me know about some cars you'd like to see me review on this channel too. It definitely helps me out when it comes to ideas, and I'll definitely try to get those videos for you guys as soon as possible. But other than that, guys, again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day. But let's throw it in right here one last time. Nice brakes. Okay, again, yeah, have a great day, guys. I hope you enjoyed.